Hi everyone, this is Cyanok and we are here playing The Legend of Grimrock. I just spent some time creating my characters here, which I'll discuss some more as we move along, but it actually took me quite a while to reach all these decisions, so I didn't necessarily want to put you through all of that, of me just debating on how I wanted to build my character. But this is a pretty blind playthrough. I don't know much about this game. I know that I like this genre of sort of games, these sort of dungeon crawlers. However, uh, there's still some things here that are obviously going to be pretty new to me, so as we move along, we'll just discuss our character build, see if we made the right decisions or not. Well, obviously there's not necessarily any wrong decisions, but there are more efficient decisions, I believe. So, I've got my party here created. I've got two fighters. One's going to be more like a tank fighter, and this is more of a well-rounded fighter, so I believe. Here is my rogue character that will specialize in dodging and missile weapons, but be able to fall back on daggers if the missile weapons are low. And here I have a caster, which is what they call an insectoid. And I've decided to spend on a couple of ice magic and staff defense. So let's see how this goes. Alright, let's start the game then. Oh, I did this last time I was creating a party. Oh, that's right. Let's give one to earth magic. I could do one to fire magic. That does seem a pretty common staple for casters, but well, let's do 2 earth, 2 ice, 2 staff. Mount Grimrock. Quite ominous. A towering spire looms above the clouds, a weathered rock that has stood tall for ages. Longer than histories of men have been written down, it is a desolate place now, only remembered when things need to be discarded and forgotten. An airship struggles to gain altitude as it floats towards the peak. Cool. 4 prisoners bound by heavy chains emerge from the ship. The court accuses them of terrible treasonous deeds, but by the grace of the king, their crimes shall be forgiven atop Mount Grimrock. That was quite graceful of the king. Well, that's a pretty ominous pit. There are final trials at hand. Numerous prisoners have received their pardons here, yet none have returned to live their life in freedom. They are at the very top of the world, and below them only darkness and justice awaits. Oh, come on, they're gonna die on impact. As they are plunged down the open maw at the peak, their crimes are absolved. Everyone before them has perished in the guts of the mountain, but you will be able to lead them through the dark into freedom that awaits them at the base. Oh, that was a question, I'm sorry. But will you? Legend of Grimrock. I'm very excited for this game. I think it's about time someone make another old-fashioned dungeon crawler such as this, kind of in response to the games like the Eye of the Beholder series and Lands of Lore. I'm a big fan of the original Lands of Lore, so that's kind of my one of the main things that made me want to try this game out. And things are very dark in here. Hang on, let me just adjust my video options here. I had this turned down quite a bit earlier. My apologies, but if you'll just bear with me. Let's turn up our brightness a bit. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Okay. And let me turn up the volume of this game just a little bit too. I was just kind of adjusting the sound options earlier. That should be sufficient. Okay, I was playing this game a little bit off camera, trying to get used to things. The auto mapper is not as friendly as the one in Lands of Lore. I mean, it's not going to tell you where there's a button or a secret lever or anything like that. You're really on your own with that stuff, so you gotta take notes in this game, I've discovered. Choose your fate, perish in this cell, or pick up the torch. Ah, very nice. So I have a torch equipped right now. We haven't found any weapons yet. Let's put a torch on Bakata too. I've named my characters in homage to the Lands of Lore characters, so I've got Bakata, Kieran, and Oxshell. It felt kind of appropriate. Peasant's tunic, peasant's breeches. Let's put those on Cyanok to start with. And the cudgel, let's give to Bakata. Rock. Let's give that to our rogue here. Our ranged weapon user. Oh, well, we gotta depress that plate, don't we? Brass key. How convenient. That's what I love about these dungeon crawlers, is how things are so conveniently placed about. Gotta love that. Let's get this rock here. I'm still kind of figuring out how casting works in this game as well. That's my buddy playing this game right now. He's a lot farther ahead than I am though. Loose rock. See, this loose rock here is referring to this secret button that we found, where like in Lands of Lore that would be indicated on the auto mapper, but it is not done so here. So as we move along, I will be using the notes more as the dungeon gets more complicated. Let's grab another torch. Think I'm gonna sneeze. Alright, so yeah, I was playing this game a little off camera just to kind of get used to things. I made it to like level 2, wasn't too happy with how I created my party, but I feel like I've got a more well-rounded party here this time. This is one tenacious snail. I learned you can rotate your party members' positions. Oh yeah, that's how you do it. So if this guy gets like a spear, we'll keep him in the back. Or like if he just has a dagger, he'll need to move up to the front sometimes. I was thinking with my rogue character he would have a ranged weapon and stay in the back mostly, but if for any reason he runs out of arrows or rocks or whatever, I'll move him up to the front and he can fall back with a dagger, so it seemed sensible enough. This is all just theory though. I'm not exactly sure how some of these skills and traits and abilities work out, so that'll take some practice. Apparently we gotta keep these guys fed as well, so... But from the little bit that I've played this game, food doesn't seem that scarce. Like, it seems like we'll be able to find what we need. Okay. Throwing knife, that goes to the rogue again. Ooh, couple of... Seeing as how I have two fighters here, I'm gonna really need to get a weapon for this one too. This character will represent myself, I believe, as if I'm the main character here and these are my party members. Can he use anything yet? No. Apparently being able to cast involves finding the right book, and you have to kind of learn the runes, and it's a process I'm still figuring out. Very nice. I kind of like that when you walk over the items you thrown, it just automatically picks it up. If this was like Eye of the Beholder, you'd have to manually pick those things up. Pit root bread, another rock. So I'm also like, I mean, you'll see I'm not making a lot of notes right now, but this first part of the dungeon is fairly simple. It's not too complicated. To close the pit, something needs to fly. Like a rock, maybe? Q. Now, last time I walked over this pit opened up on me, but I don't know if just throwing a rock will... Nah, it opens up on me anyway. Ouch. Can I get that rock back? There it is. So, let's see. That's right, I went that way. We got the key. That key is gonna go in that one, I believe. Little tree guys over here, mushroom men. But, well, already here I find it would be worth to start making notes, because before I had trouble finding this thing from when I first found it. So I'm going to make a note here. Let's just call it a figurehead. Oh, that's a terrible, I'll just call it a locked door. That works. Okay. So as you can tell, there's going to be a bit of some degree of puzzle solving, which is common in this sort of genre. Oh, great. That hasn't happened to me yet. Where I got cornered. I'm not sure what happens if one guy dies. Yeah, jeez. If I can at least get this one guy killed, then I can make a hasty retreat. Let's do that, shall we? Yeah. I guess this is all gonna be in real time, isn't it? Does he have anything he can eat to heal himself? Oh, and there's another one there. Well, this is embarrassing. I just got killed by this snail. And my mage is just powerless right now to do anything. Can I switch? There we go. I don't know how good that's gonna do me. So far so good. Well, not really. I don't know how to bring that guy back to life. I got my evasion for my main character set pretty high, so that's kinda keeping me alive. Ugh. Please don't die. Don't miss either. Well, that was kind of a disaster. I'm not sure how to bring this guy back to life. So we'll have to figure that out, but that's obviously going to set me back. But that's the basic gist of it. I got a lot to learn on this game, so this is the first game I played on a playthrough where I just was completely blind. Even when I did the Binding of Isaac, I did a bit of that off camera, but this is going to take me a while to figure out. So, when we get back, I'm going to see if I can bring this guy back to life, and hopefully I'll make some better progress than I have just now. So, I'll see you all then. And where is my hotkey?